What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Amari Evans, and I'm here with my co-host,
JC.
And this is the Male's Perspective. And today we're going to be talking about relationships in the Gen Z era, and if they are really as different as people make them seem from the millennial era. Stay tuned for the Male's Perspective on this topic. All right, so we're about to get into the first topic of today, 90s love. JC, what is 90s love to you? What is 90s love, man? Like
Uncle Phil,
Aunt
Viv.
Oof. Okay.
Type stuff.
Type stuff.
You know, they love each other.
Thinking Martin and Gina.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good example. Martin and Gina. Who else can we throw in there? Back in the day.
Will and Jada.
Back in the day.
You know.
Way back in the day.
Okay. Not so of the bright side of things as far as 90s love. Whitney? Can we say Whitney and Bobby?
No, that's not the bright side.
That's
definitely not the bright side.
That's definitely not the bright side.
No, that is the dark side.
But
I cannot believe that.
But my thing is this though. So we're talking about the topic is 90s love. That's the first thing that we want to knock out. But everybody talks about or says that there's such a stigma or like a thing about 90s love. It just leaves a wonderful impression on people. But just like I said, we just brought up a bad relationship between Whitney and Houston, or Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. Doesn't that remind you
nostalgia? That's all it is.
Yeah,
I promise you. Because
we can definitely compare them to, and excuse me, but can't we compare them to Krishan and Blueface?
Yes. Just with social media. That's all it is.
Just with social media.
Same thing. Except I think that kid is kind of messed up.
Wait. What?
You didn't see that? We gonna get out of that. That's nothing to do with love. That's got nothing to do with love.
But anyway. So what you're saying is, based off of social media, that is the reason why, you know, we see Bobby Brown, or we don't see what Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston used to go through, but yet Krishan and Blueface, we see them all day, every day, going through whatever they go through. But it's publicized though. It's on social media. So do you think, and that actually brings us to the next section. I know from my article that I was, you know, looking at, it was going back to what we was talking about earlier about Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. So based off of biography.com, you know, talking about musicians and Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown's relationship and their marriage, what I seen, based off of what I was reading, the singer's 14-year marriage withstood hard partying, allegations of physical abuse, and infidelity. Now, for the ones who don't know what infidelity means, that means cheating. Although, you know what I'm saying, they were married, does that not remind you of what happens in this day and age as far as married men cheating and hard partying and stuff like that?
Yeah, a lot of intense situations.
I know based off of personal experience that I don't see no difference between 90s and now. I'm gonna just be honest.
A lot of crossover. It's almost like it's not changed too much. So we were talking about 90s love and whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
I was looking at this article from Bustle. You know, some of the things it says on here that would constitute 90s love, you know.
Yeah.
It says you could just fall in love with someone by like walking around and talking all night. What you think about that?
So you said walking around
and talking all night.
Oh yeah. You know, I do believe in the movies, there was a whole lot of pillow talking. I will say that. Okay, now I'm gonna be honest. That reminds me of like us, Gen Zs. That reminds me of now.
See, I don't think that's 90s. That's one of the things. I don't really feel like that's 90s love, but hey. It could be.
90s love got a stigma to it, but hey, we just trying to allude to y'all that.
Now this one's not really for us. This one's not really for us. This next one, not for us.
Why you say that?
But this is more for the ladies. It would be like the vampire boyfriends was hot. If you could find one.
Well, now, we don't know what that is.
Now, I don't know about that, but hey, maybe they was kind of hot.
Okay. But that brings me to the next topic. All right, topic 2. Has the media changed how we view love? Now, I'm going to say this. If Bobby and Whitney had Instagram, will we view their love the same? Or any relationship from the 90s in that case. If they had, from the 90s, if they all had social media, will we view 90s love the same or would it be different? What you think?
We would look at it so differently.
So differently?
So differently. You know how quick they get caught cheating? It'd be some girl posting on Instagram, Twitter, X, Snapchat, something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, look who I'm with. Insert celebrity's name. Anyone, really.
That's true.
You know how fast they get caught?
That's true.
And then guess what? They broken up just like that. Or not even.
True.
Sometimes
very
they'll
true.
stay
Very
together.
true. And then also, too, you know, the guy or the girl leaving receipts. Especially sliding in the DM. Y'all know how that go.
Oh, yeah.
For all my listeners, y'all know how that go.
I hope you do.
Please.
If not, I slide in them DMs.
Anyway. But what's your take, man? Like, what you thinking about that? Like,
well, I mean, like, if we're being real, you know, I got this Complex article pulled up. You know, it's talking about Krishan and Blueface and them.
Okay, what you got over there, man?
It's more like they're not like really a match made in like a movie.
Speaking of that, speaking of movies, that's one thing I will say that made like ultimately the stigma of the 90s, like the whole, I guess, like just how it was viewed upon. I think that is the difference maker between the 90s and now. So I'm looking at an article, right? You know, according to hyperallergic.com, and they were just alluding to how Black American cinema, like from the 90s era, it was filled with more promise. But like when we say filled with more promise, you could tell that like the relationship that they had, like, or the relationship dynamic between a Black man and a Black woman, or just overall, it was more romantic. Yeah. It was more, you could tell that there was more, that the characters, when they were in character, you could tell that they really, although it was just for film, they still showed that expression of compassion and willing to, you know, not only, you know, it was just, I don't know, you can just look at 90s films, 90s love films, or just films overall with 90s theme in it, and you can tell that the men alluded to trying to love the woman more and getting an impression of love from that woman. So that's the only thing I will say that actually made like the stigma of 90s a little different. So, but going into the next topic.
Yeah.
Topic 3. Is 90s love, okay, I just want to grasp this last topic and really get your impression off of this, JC.
All right.
Is 90s love really different from today's love? What's your take, man?
I think not really. If I'm being honest with you, I think it's more of a media type thing. Because, like, really all that's changed much is the technology. The people still the same.
Right. Very true. But I don't want to say that the people are the same because they didn't have technology like this. So in the past. So how could you say that they're the same?
That's a good point. That's a great point. You know, I'm looking at this thing from Transcontinental Times.
Okay.
And it's like, it's kind of like highlighting like some of the changes that's been happening. Like, you know, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, all those kinds of things. They didn't have that back in the day.
We talking about dating sites. Yeah, that's true though.
Yeah.
You know, you had to, as the man, you know, you had to find, you know, you had to go look rather than scroll. You know what I'm saying? You had to actually step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Just to go.
But back in the day,
let's
say you got a friend.
Right.
They know a couple people.
You go
to a little social event. We're not gonna call it a party, but it could be a party.
Right.
And you pull up. You see a little bad thing over there.
That team.
And you try to talk to her. It could go left, it could go right, it could go up, it could go down. You never know.
Yeah.
But like now, you think we doing that still? Of course we're still doing that.
Yeah. I beg to differ. So like, I want to go more into detail about that. As far as like 90s love, like I do find 90s love like different from today's love because me, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not like to my own horn. But if I truly, I'm a 2000 baby, just let you know that.
01.
You know. But anyway, I'm going to go approach the woman. But a lot of people consider that to be like traditional.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. That's real.
But nowadays, like we said earlier, like we were just pointing out earlier, it was social media that got in the way. So if I see a nice picture of you, I can just slide up and send you a text right there, rather than approaching you at the party. I seen you looking good in that party.
Yeah.
But I was too fearful, too scared. And I feel like
more cowardly, I guess.
It is more cowardly.
But hey.
But I ain't calling nobody scary. I'm just saying, nowadays
goes in. Who's to hate?
Who's to hate? Right? So but my thing is this. What type of love would you personally want?
Oh, see, now we're getting deep. My gosh. How do I say this? How do I say this? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't say that Jada and their will love because I don't want that. I don't want that for
Shout out to J. Cole.
Yeah, shout out to J. Cole.
Word.
What kind of love do I want? That's a little tough. I don't know. I guess I would want that real love.
That real love?
It's like, I'm for you, you for me.
Right.
And we just connect. So, you know, we made all them jokes and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you never answered the question. What's the kind of love Amari's looking for?
The kind of love that I'm looking for, I'm looking for love that's like, she's faithful, she's loyal, you know, and I'm bringing up adjectives, but I need a supporter.
Yeah.
Because all those characteristics that I just brought up, I know that I can do that. I know that I just want somebody that can support me the same way I support them. I need a number one supporter. That's all I'm looking for. But on top of that too, though, like, when it comes to love, I want to build with you.
Big build.
Big build. Big build. Like, I want us to create a dynasty.
That's a great word. That is a great word.
You know what I'm
dynasty.
Saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
I want you to understand that, like, when you with me, you don't got to seek attention from the village.
Keep going. You're cooking.
Because the throne is here.
Keep going.
Now have a seat.
Yes, keep going. Keep cooking.
But, you know, I'm not going to toot my own horn. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to toot it. But that's the kind of love I want. I want a woman to understand that, you know, we in this together. You are my queen. I'm going to be the king. Simple as that.
Simple. It's not that simple, though, sadly.
It's not that simple.
So there's a couple women out there that's not going.
Yeah.
It's not going like that.
But y'all, I found my one.
It ain't for you.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tied in.
Tied in.
Big ties.
Big ties.
Mob ties.
What we talking about?
Suit ties. You know what I'm saying?
But thank you all for listening. You know, I just want to say one more time, thank y'all for tuning in to the
Male's Perspective.
And we out. Let's get it.
Deuces.
Most niggas don't believe in God, and so they terrified. It's either that or they be fearing it.